Okay, everybody, good day. Good to have you once again. It is day 3 of our 30 days challenge, and I'm glad that you all guys are still here listening to me. Yesterday, we had an amazing time. Yesterday, we talked about the importance of having a land before you are the age 30. You understand now? And yesterday, we talked about one of the importances that land is always appreciating. Land will never depreciate, so it is easier for you to get land very at an early age, so that as you age, your land appreciates with you. And we said yesterday that if you are up to the age of 20 to 30 and you're using a luxury phone, or you can afford luxury, it means you can also afford a plot of land, which is to say that getting a plot of land is not a big deal. You can actually get a plot of land. It's just that you don't know how to get a plot of land. All of that were what we discussed yesterday, though it was in form of a note where we're not able to have a video section yesterday. But today we shall be discussing something very important. I told you guys that this is my 1 year in this industry, and within this period of 1 year I have learned a lot. You understand now? Today we shall be talking about a particular location that has made me to believe so much in the business. I joined this company, or I joined this business on the 18th of February 2024, and this is August. That is to say, I am a year and few months in this business. Now, as at the time I joined this business, we're selling a property in a particular location then at 500,000 naira. We were selling Kuje precisely at 500,000 naira. I never knew why we were selling property at 500,000 naira. Remember, I told you guys yesterday that before I became a realtor, I was always thinking that getting a plot of land is always a big deal. But when I joined the business, I discovered that there is no big deal in getting a plot of land. You just have to know how to come about it. So we're selling a plot of land that was 180 square meter then for 500,000 naira. And I was wondering, why is 500,000 naira a plot of land to be sold in Abuja? Is this actually real? But I followed up. And shortly after that time, the road leading to Gogolada along that axis was commissioned and work started. And to cut the whole long story short, do you know that as at the time we were selling that plot of land at 500,000 naira, we were not having any form of infrastructure. There were no perimeter fence, there were no any gatehouse. It was just a pure bush. And as time progresses, we began to sell that plot of land at 1 million naira when the road was commissioned, and then it grew to 1.5 million naira. And that was when I began to do a drastic marketing of that environment. And I began to sell that property to some of my friends, and then a lot of my business partners that I knew before I joined the business. A lot of them subscribed at 1.5 million naira. Do you know the amazing thing? The amazing thing now is that as we speak, that particular place that was selling for 500,000 naira, 180 square meter, is currently selling at 7 million naira as we speak for 180 square meter. As at then, 600 square meter was selling for 3 million naira. As we speak, 600 square meter is selling for 13.5 million naira. And the question is, which business will you do currently in Abuja or in Nigeria at large that will give you such an amount of profit within the shortest period of time? When you have inflation, you have tax, you have transportation issues, you have issues of theft and all sorts of unforeseen happening in almost all the businesses right now in almost everywhere in Nigeria. Insecurity has made everything so difficult. Even shipping your products to where your market is a problem. But look at the business of land. A property that we were selling for 500,000 naira as at last year, around February to March, currently is selling for 7 million naira. The essence of today's video is to let you know that if you have the capacity to get a plot of land anywhere in Nigeria, remember I said if you have the capacity, don't overemphasize, buy it. This is what I've learned. If you have what it takes to buy a plot of land anywhere, and you have the capacity at that time, and you trust whoever that is selling that property for you, buy it. Because whether you like it or not, that property is going to appreciate in value. Let me give you another gist. There was a particular woman I was marketing that place to at 500,000 naira. She did not buy. At 1 million, she did not buy. At 1.5, she did not still buy. Because I was not anything then. I just joined the business. I was a novice. I have not grown into any whatever I have right now. But fast forward to 2025. I still marketed. She saw me in an event, and then she was like, wow, how is business and the rest? We conversed. And she asked about that particular property, as at then it was selling for 5 million naira. And I told her that place is now selling for 5 million naira. And she was like, are you serious? Why didn't you persuade me to buy, as at the time that it was selling for 1 million and 1.5 million? And I say, madam, hey, this is your money. You understand now? It's your money and it is my land. So I cannot persuade you to buy. Of course, the property is still here, just that you can't get it at the same price that it was selling as at when I marketed it to you. Guess what happened? She bought that property at 5 million naira. This is something she would have bought at 1 million naira and make extra 4 million naira or 4.5 million naira, as the case may be. But she bought it at 5 million naira. So to my young creator out there, if you are marketing a product to somebody and that person has not seen the use or the need to get that product from you, please don't be too pushy. Remain consistent in the business. Keep up your business. It is your property. My mentor will always say, you own the land and that land is going nowhere. The client or whoever you are marketing that product to have his or her money. You have your land. His money is going to depreciate with time. But give or take, give it another 6 months or 1 year, your land is going to appreciate with time. So who is more valuable? It is you who owns the property that is more valuable. So you don't need to beg anybody to buy. You can only guide and coach whoever that you are marketing that property to buy. But you don't need to be too pushy. Give it time. Time will speak for itself. And to my young investors out there, if you've watched this video to this point and you have anybody marketing a product to you anywhere in Nigeria, and you are still between the age of 20 to 30, and you can afford 500,000 naira for any plot of land anywhere in Nigeria, and you have the capacity, please key into it, because that property will not remain the same way it is in another 1 year to come. I hope you've learned something from this section today, and if you have, please feel free to share with me. Feel free to reach out to me in my DM, ask any questions, and I'll answer you. Thank you very much for today. Till I come your way tomorrow again, God bless you and one love.